Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on one of the most powerful and, yeah, one of the most controversial surveillance systems ever made public. It's a program called X-Keyscore. I mean, just listen to that quote. That was the bombshell claim from whistleblower Edward Snowden back in 2014. He introduced the world to this tool that sounded like it had almost unlimited power. So let's really dig into what that means. So, what exactly is X-Keyscore? Well, the answer really depends on who you ask, and that's where this whole story gets really complicated really fast. On one side of the aisle, you've got this picture of a system that gives pretty much any analyst the keys to the kingdom, the power to snoop on anyone's digital life. But on the other side, the official story is that it's a legal, carefully controlled tool that's only used against legitimate foreign threats. I mean, these two descriptions are so worlds apart, it's kind of hard to believe they're even talking about the same thing. To really get a handle on the gap between these two views, we've got to look under the hood. So how does this thing actually work? Okay, so here's the key idea. Think of it like a search engine, but instead of searching the public web like Google, it searches through all the private communications and internet activity that's flowing across the globe. It's not so much collecting the data itself, but it's the tool that lets you sift through this massive river of information that the NSA is already collecting, all in real time. And that river of data, it's being fed by a truly mind-boggling number of sources. We're talking about everything from secret missions inside foreign embassies to listening in on satellite communications. You've got data coming from telecom companies, intel from the NSA's elite hacking teams, stuff gathered through secret court warrants, and even information shared by allied spy agencies. They call it full-take data, which basically means the goal is to try and capture everything. And the sheer volume here is it's hard to even wrap your head around. At some of these collection sites, the system is swallowing over 20 terabytes of data every single day. Because of that, while they might keep metadata for about a month, the actual content, the emails themselves, the messages, sometimes that can only be stored for as little as 24 hours before new data writes over it. So this right here, this is the real game changer. The system's power comes from its ability to use what are called soft selectors. This means an analyst doesn't actually need your email address or your IP address to find you. They can search for patterns, for behaviors, for specific keywords, right inside that raw stream of data. And this is where the implications get really, really profound. Sure, an analyst could search for an anomaly, like finding someone speaking German in Pakistan, but they could also track anyone who's using privacy tools like PGP encryption or the Tor network. Just think about that for a second. The very act of you trying to protect your own digital privacy could automatically flag you as a person of interest. It's a fundamental shift from targeting specific people to targeting specific behaviors. Your online habits alone could be enough to put you on a list. And you might be thinking, this is all just an American operation, but nope, this thing is truly global. We're not talking about a piece of software on a computer in Maryland. X-Keyscore is a huge physical network. There are more than 700 servers spread out across 150 sites all over the world, sitting in U.S. embassies, military bases, consulates. They're all working to collect and process data right there on site, which gives them a massive advantage in speed. Plus, the NSA isn't going out alone. They share the system, or at least access to it, with key intelligence partners in places like the UK, Australia, Germany, and Japan. This basically makes X-Keyscore the backbone of this massive international surveillance alliance, stretching its reach to every corner of the globe. Okay, so we've seen what it is, and we've seen how it works. But the big question is, why? Why does this all matter? And this brings us right to the core conflict at the heart of this entire debate. From the NSA's perspective, the justification is pretty straightforward. It's all about national security. The agency's own documents say that it's helped capture hundreds of threats. They present it as an absolutely essential tool in the fight against terrorism. But then you find these other details that are, well, they're pretty strange and, frankly, a little unsettling. Like the fact that they gamified surveillance. Get this, analysts could literally earn skills points and unlock achievements for using the system well. I mean, that little detail raises some really big questions about the whole culture surrounding these incredibly powerful tools. Does turning surveillance into a game kind of trivialize the act of spying on people's private lives? In the end, X-Keyscore really forces us all to face a very difficult question. In this search for total security, where do we draw the line?
How much of our digital privacy are we as a society willing to give up? Is it even possible to have both security and privacy, or does one always have to come at the cost of the other? That's really the core question that this whole system leaves us with.